Hey everyone, and welcome to this demo of AskNeo.io. First, we're going to talk about signing up, then we're going to take a look at the CRM. Next, we'll see all the texting capabilities. After that, we'll take a look at the calls. After that, we'll take a look at the voice capabilities. Then we'll talk about the integrations and AI. And finally, we'll talk about support. All right, so let's get started with signing up. So to sign up, just go to the website AskNeo.io and you can click on try for free or try free trial or sign up. And you just enter your contact details, you go through the process. It's gonna ask you to verify your phone number. It might ask you to verify your email or the details as well. So make sure your phone number, your email, and any other details is correct. This is very important because only one phone number can be associated to an account. So just follow the steps. At the end of the sign up process, you're gonna be able to pick your business phone number. So the business phone number is the number you're gonna use to text and call your customers or your audience. And you can pick your phone number using the area code. So for example, if you're in New York area, you can look for 917 or 212. Frankly, some area codes are not available anymore. For New York, you might just have to go with a 347, for example. And so you can look for the best phone number for your company. Once you're happy with it, just confirm. And that's it. That's the entire signing up process. Now, if you want to port your number, if you already have an existing business phone number that you've been using to call and text your customers, you can port the number. It's free to port the number. So if you want to port your number, you can let us know and email us at hello@askneo.io. And before we go further, after you sign up and you pick your phone number or you port your phone number, make sure to display this phone number on your website, on your social media profiles, on your collaterals if you're doing sales, and really any sales or marketing material or digital platform. So your customers, your audience know that they can text and call you. Remember that AskNeo is not just outbound text or calls, it's inbound as well. It goes both ways. All right, so now you're on your dashboard. The dashboard is empty because nobody ever texted or called you yet, but I want to tell you something really important here. Before you are able to text or receive text messages, you're gonna have to certify your phone number. So we take care of the entire certification process with phone carriers, but this is a legal requirement. So if you're planning on texting with your audience, or if you want your customers to text you, you need to click on Get Certified or the certification link, and then just follow the steps, make sure all the information is correct, and then just so you know, the certification process can take anywhere from 1 business days to 10 business days. And so after your phone number is certified, you will be able to text and get text from your customers. All right, so now let's take a look at the CRM. So you're on your dashboard, it's empty right now. And the default view is the feed. Think of the feed like your Gmail inbox or your email inbox, except this is for text messaging and phone calls. So as soon as you start texting or calling customers, you should see entries here on this feed. And the entire idea behind this feed is to make it easy, to make it simple for you to see all of your conversations in one place. And so on this feed, you'll see one line, one entry corresponds to one customer phone number. We call that a thread. It's a single thread per customer. One customer equal one phone number equal one line, one single thread. And so if you click on a thread after you start calling and texting a customer, you'll see that any communication is unified, consolidated here in a single thread per customer. What that means is that if you broadcast a text message to many people, if 20 different team members are talking to a customer through texting or calling, if you use the chatbot or the automations with the SMS keywords that we'll talk about later, everything that happens between that customer and your company will be centralized, unified, and consolidated here. And the beauty of it is that everything is time-stamped and we know exactly who did what on your team. And that's the next item I want to talk about. This dashboard, this feed that you're looking at is a shared inbox. This has been designed for teams. So whether you're a team of 2 people or 1,000 people and everything in between, this dashboard is an amazing shared inbox. Go to the staff menu on the left and you'll see right now there should be only one staff member. Who's the owner? It's you. It's the person who signed up for the account. So there's 2 roles for staff. There's the owner and there is the staff. So you can click on invite with the plus button and you can invite staff members using text message or email. If you decide to invite them through email, make sure that they receive the email and it's not in their spam. It's probably an issue with delivery, spam filters, or SMTP. But you can always delete the invite and do it again through text message, through SMS, and then they will receive the invitation directly to their phone number. So once the staff member receives an invitation, they just have to join, and they will join your team on your Ask Neo account. There's nothing else they have to do. They don't have to pay, they don't have to sign up to a complex process. It's just that they're gonna see the same dashboard that you're seeing right now. And so you can invite as many staff members as you want, according to your plan, of course. And if you need more, then you can just pay for more staff members. Now, every time a staff member takes an action on the feed or on those customer threads, well, we'll see their name below whatever they did. If they send a message or call, we'll see their name associated to that action. So you know which staff member did what with each customer. One last thing I want to show you when it comes to staff and collaboration, there's something super cool on the feed and in the threads. You can actually assign a conversation, a thread, to a staff member, and you can reassign that conversation as many times as you want. So whether you're just a few people on your team or hundreds of staff members, you can think of this assign function as a way to collaborate between different departments. For example, a lot of people who use Ask Neo collaborate between salespeople, marketing people, customer support and customer experience people, compliance and legal, etc., etc. Any department, any team can collaborate on Ask Neo seamlessly, and you can assign or reassign a conversation to the next person or the next team that needs to take an action there. Staff members can also assign a conversation to themselves, which is really useful for accountability and making sure that every conversation is taken care of. Next, we're going to talk about uploading contacts. So if you go to the Customers tab on the left menu, right now it should be empty, and there is several ways to add customers to your CRM. The first one is to add customers one by one by clicking the plus button. So if you click the plus button, you can add their first name, last name, phone number. You don't have to add an email, but you can if you want. And then any tag you need, you add them, and you can immediately start texting or calling them if your phone number is certified when it comes to text messaging, of course. Now, if you have a list of hundreds or thousands of customers, of course, you don't want to add them one by one, so you can just click on Upload. And when you click on Upload, I want you to be really careful. You can upload a CSV file. Now, if you don't know what a CSV file is, it's very simple. Whether your list of customers is on Excel, Google Sheet, or any other tool, you can export that sheet into a CSV or .csv file. Now, if you're not sure how to organize your list, well, we created a template for you. So if you scroll down a little bit, or if you look at this screen, when you click on Upload, you'll see that you can download a template. So you can download this template, and it's going to show you exactly how to organize your contacts. One column for first name, one column for last name, one column for the phone number, and then one column for the tags. You can use as many tags as you want per customer. There's no limit. Just make sure to only have one column for all the tags and to separate each tag by a comma. So for example, you can use VIP, comma, Michigan, comma, New York, comma, new customer, comma, etc. And so you can create as many tags as you want, and don't worry, you'll be able to modify the tags later on the tag screen. Once you're happy with your CSV, just upload it to that same screen, and then make sure that the columns correspond to the different entries that you see on the screen between the left side and the right side. So one side is the CSV file that you're trying to import here, and the other side is the Ask Neo CRM. Then click for the upload to actually happen. Be a little bit patient, because if you have thousands of customers, it might take a few seconds or even a few minutes. And once it's done, you will see all your contacts in the customer screen. And as I said before, you can immediately call them or text them according to your certification level, of course. Just talked about tags, so let's go to the tag screen. On the left menu, click on tags. And tags are absolutely everywhere. They're on the feed, they're in customers, and they're of course on the tag screen. Tags is the best way to categorize each customer. And as I said before, you can create as many tags as you want. You can do it everywhere. You can do it in the feed, you can do it in the threads, you can do it in the customer screen, and of course you can do it in the tag screen. So you don't have to go back to the tag screen every time. To add a tag, you just click the plus button anywhere you see it, and then you compose the name of your tag, you pick a color, these predefined colors, but you can also use the code for colors, and then you click save. Now, if you need to modify or delete a tag, you have to do it in the tag screen. If you're on the feed or in a thread or even in the customer screen and you click the little cross to remove a tag, it's going to remove the tag from that particular entry, from that particular customer. Now, if you want to delete a tag from everywhere, you have to go to the tag screen and click on delete tag, and that tag will be removed and deleted from everywhere. It won't exist anymore. So remember that there's a difference between removing a tag and deleting a tag. When you click the little cross anywhere in the dashboard, it just removes a tag from a customer. If you want to delete a tag, you have to go to the tag screen and then it will be deleted from everywhere. Now, if you just want to see the new messages or the messages you haven't read yet, you can click on the toggle unread messages or unread, and that will automatically select all the conversations that include a message or several messages that haven't been read yet by any team member. Right now, we're going to talk about text messaging. So Ask Neo is an amazing tool for two-way texting and two-way MMS. So when we talk about texting, we're talking about SMS, but also MMS. Remember that before you're able to send text messages, you'll have to certify the phone number. So after you get certified, you'll be able to send text messages and receive text messages. The maximum length of a text message on Ask Neo is 1600 characters, which is actually the maximum length that is possible to send in one message on any phone carriers in the world. So by default, you can send text messages to US and Canada numbers. And of course, you can also receive text messages in real time from any number that is a +1 number, meaning US and Canada. So to send text messages, you can go to the customer screen, and then when you hover a customer entry, there is the text message symbol. You just click on it and you compose your message. You can also add images or URLs, any hyperlink you want to send to your customer, and then you just click send. Now remember that you can only text customers that are already opted in, meaning that they authorize you to text them. You cannot do cold texting the same way you do cold calling or cold emailing. This is forbidden by law in the US and many other countries. So even if you upload an entire list of people and text them, if you do that and they didn't opt in, you expose yourself to legal action from them. Another way to start texting customers is to use the broadcast function. So if you go to the feed, you'll see a button called broadcast. If you click on broadcast, you'll see that you can compose a message. You can also add images. And then if you click broadcast, it will send to all your customers by default. So let's say you have 450 customers on your CRM. Well, it will send to 450 people. Now, if you want to send to specific people, well, you can use the tags we just talked about before, and you can broadcast by tag. So you can select one or several tags, and they will automatically send the text messages and broadcast the text messages only to the selected tags. And that's why tags is a great way to categorize customers. You might want to send a broadcast to a certain geography or a certain type of customers. Now remember that most carriers do not allow for broadcasting beyond 3,000 people. It is technically possible, but the certification you're going to get to text people will probably not allow you to text more than 3,000 people at once. Some phone carriers even limit this number to 2,500 people. And once again, remember you can only text or broadcast text messages to people who opted in before, who authorize you to do so. Now, a question we often get here is this creating a group chat? No, absolutely not. When you broadcast a message to hundreds or thousands of people, it sends the message individually. Whether it's an SMS or MMS, it never creates a group chat. It's just a message that is sent individually. And as we mentioned before, when we talked about the feed and the threads, each message, because it is sent individually, will appear in the thread. So if you send a broadcast to 150 customers based on tags, if you go back to the feed a few minutes later, you will see that the message you broadcasted to those 150 people appears in each and every one of those 150 customers' thread. Again, one thread equals one customer. So whether you send a message one by one or you use the broadcast, those messages will appear individually in each conversation thread. So you can keep track of everything that's happening. On the other side, if your customers text you, they can also send URLs, links, and of course images. And once again, everything they sent will appear in that same customer thread. This way, if you broadcast a message to several people, they can all respond at the same time. It will appear in each individual thread. Next, I want to show you merge tags. I call it dynamic content, but it's actually merge tags. So when you send a broadcast message, you'll see something called dynamic content. It is a drop down with first name, last name, and a few other options. So if you know MailChimp or any other email marketing tool, this is the same principle but for text messages. So you can text hundreds of people and use the merge tag, the dynamic content with their first name to personalize the message. So you can say, hey, first name, here's an offer just for you, or thank you for being a loyal customer. Now, if you want to check that the merge tag actually works, then you can click on the preview screen. So there is a screen in the broadcast function where you compose your message, and then there's the preview. And in the preview, you'll see that the first name dynamic content with the merge tag is replaced by actually one of the first names on your list. So that shows that the merge tag is working and it's not missing any character or anything like that. This is important because it's a bit scary sometimes to send a message to thousands of people with first name or last name. You don't want to hurt your brand or your reputation. When you click on the preview, if there is a first name there or last name or whatever dynamic content you want to use, then you can be sure that it's working. Now, if you still see the first name, last name, or whatever dynamic content you're using, it means there's a problem. So using the preview is a great way to check that you keep your reputation intact. Now, at this stage, I want to show you something really, really cool. A prospect or customer is not on your CRM. So basically, you've never texted or called them before. What happens if they text you or call you the first time? Well, if they contact you because they saw your phone number on your website, for example, there is a chatbot that will ask them a few questions and will save their name automatically. And this is for text messaging. So if you go to the left menu to Neo the bot, you will see a screen with 3 steps. This chatbot is your brand avatar, so you can personalize it. By default, it says hi and then asks for the first and last name in the first step, but you can personalize it to say, hey, this is Neo with AskNeo.io. Of course, you personalize it with your name, your brand, and any other detail that you think is important. But just remember that the question asked in this first step should be, what's your first and last name? Because the first step is going to save the first and last name of the person automatically when they answer. You can test it yourself. You can text your business phone number from your cell phone, just say hi or hello, and you'll see the chatbot. You'll see how it works. So when it asks for the first and last name, it saves it automatically into your CRM as first and last name. In the second step, you can ask a question or give more information. And in the third step, you can thank them or give them more information as well. Now, if the person is already in your CRM, basically if you already interacted with them, then this chatbot will not work. This is just for new prospects or customers who never interacted with you before. And if you already added them to your CRM, the chatbot will not get triggered either. Now, if you want automated messages to be sent with existing and new customers, you can use the SMS Keywords. So in that same menu, Neo the bot, there is a second tab on top of the screen called SMS Keywords or Keywords. So click on that, and there you can create as many keywords as you want. So how does an SMS keyword work? Well, you add the keyword, it could be one or several words actually, and then you add an automated response, an automated answer. Now remember that the customer has to text the exact same keyword or keyword phrase in order to trigger an automated response. So for example, if a customer texts VIP and your keyword is VIP, then they will get an instant response by SMS. But if they say, hello, I'm a VIP, or I sign up for the VIP offer, they will not get an automated response. Now, I know the question you're going to have next. Can we combine the chatbot and the keywords? Yes, absolutely. There's actually a dedicated video just for that. So you can create entire scripts with the chatbot if you want to create scripts for new customers that are not in your CRM yet. Or you can also create entire scripts just based on keywords for new and existing customers. Now, if you decide to create entire scripts, I urge you to look at the other video and remember that it's always easier for people to type a number or a letter rather than an entire word or key phrase. Now, I urge you to use letters, A, B, C, D, E, etc., rather than numbers. Because if you're in a conversation with a customer and they text you 2 or 3 because you ask them how many items they want, it's gonna trigger an actual response. So I suggest you use letters A, B, C, D, etc. if you want to create entire scripts with SMS keywords. And remember that each keyword needs to be unique. Now, if you want more information about automations, chatbot, or SMS keywords, you can watch the other video specifically for this. Right now, I'm going to show you something that nobody else is doing. It's the distribution receipt. So if you go to a customer thread, and if you send a text message, whether you send it there or you send a broadcast, you'll see those check marks after a few seconds or a few minutes. A blue check mark means that the message was received by the recipient. A gray check mark means that the message was distributed, but not necessarily received. Now, a red cross means that the message was not distributed. This way you can see exactly if your messages are arriving or not. So the difference between a blue check mark and a gray check mark is not always clear according to each phone carrier. Now, if you see a red cross and the message was not distributed, it could be because of a number of reasons. It could be that the phone number is not correct or is not in use anymore. It could also mean that it's an international phone number and you don't have access to international text messages. There's really a number of reasons for that. And you can always try again, but you should check the phone number and check that the phone number is correct if there's a red cross below the text message. Next, we're going to talk about phone calls. So you can go to the customer screen, and when you hover on top of your customer, you'll see the call icon. You can just click on the call icon. You will call the person immediately. And then there is a window that opens, and then you just have to wait for the customer to respond. Make sure that the device you're using, whether it's a laptop, a desktop, or a phone, is allowed to use your mic on that particular device. Now, when it comes to getting called, there's a few options for you here. You need to go to the staff screen. So on the left menu, go to staff, and you'll see a few toggles. The main toggle is called forwarding or forward calls. And that means that you are authorizing people to call your business phone number. And then after that, if you scroll down a little bit, you will see other toggles. For each staff member that you added, you can choose whether or not they should receive a call from customers or not, meaning that when a customer calls your phone number, the phone number will be automatically forwarded to the staff members you choose. So you can choose to forward a customer call automatically to one staff member in particular, or several, or all of them. Now, if you choose to forward customer calls to several staff members, this is called Simulring. Simulring, it means simultaneous ringing, meaning that the customer call is going to get forwarded to all of the staff members that you chose at the very same time. So all their phone is going to ring at the same time. You can forward a call to landline or cell phones, it doesn't matter. It works the exact same way. And the first staff member to pick up wins in a way. So the first staff member to pick up gets to answer the call from customers, and then it stops ringing for the other ones. Now, when you receive a customer call that's getting forwarded, you will hear an automated system that says you're receiving a call, and click 1 to accept the call. So you just click 1 and then you'll get connected immediately to the customer. You can forward calls to as many people as you want. There's no limit there. Just remember that if you choose to forward the calls to hundreds of people, well, when a customer is going to call, hundreds of staff members' phone number are going to get a ring on their phone. And only the first one to answer will get connected to the customer. Now, when it comes to calling or getting called, when you go to the feed and you click on a thread, you'll see you can also call customers from the customer thread or the customer feed, and that the calls will be logged automatically in the customer thread. The same way you send and receive text messages, it will appear here on the customer thread. So all the interactions are centralized, consolidated in the customer thread. Now, depending on your plan, you might also be able to see the voicemail and the transcript. So voicemail works like a regular voicemail. If nobody answers the call, then the customer has the option to leave a voicemail, and you'll see the voicemail and you can listen to it in the customer thread. You will also be able to see the actual transcript of the call. So depending on your plan, you'll be able to see a voicemail and call transcripts here in each customer thread corresponding to each customer. Now, let's talk about integrations and artificial intelligence. So if you click on the left menu integrations, you'll see that you have thousands of tools available through Zapier. There's a few scripts that are available by default just to show you 3 or 4 possibilities, but by connecting to Zapier, you can really do millions and millions of action with thousands of tools. For example, you can synchronize your contacts like first name, last name, phone number, email, etc. You can trigger or automate messages. There are really unlimited options for you with Zapier integration. Now, when it comes to artificial intelligence, you can plug Chatgpt, Gemini, or any AI tool you want to Ask Neo. When it comes to CRMs, you can plug Salesforce, HubSpot, Shopify, any CRM, any tool you want through Zapier. So the possibilities are really endless. Now let's talk about billing. On the left menu, if you click on billing, you'll see different options there according to your plan. You might see a number of credits or minutes. The credits are related to text messaging and the minutes are related to phone calls. You might not see credits or minutes if you're on an unlimited plan. In any case, you should be able to see your membership plan. And that's also where you should be able to make modifications, change or cancel your plan. Depending on your plan, this is also where you should be able to change the number of staff members you need. If you originally purchased Ask Neo for 10 staff members, but you grew to 15 staff members, then you can purchase 5 more for the next billing cycle. Similarly, if you purchase Ask Neo for 120 staff members and you want to reduce to 110, this is also where you can decrease the number of staff members you need, depending on your plan. Just make sure to remove the staff members you choose before doing that. Depending on your plan, you might also be able to see something called recharges or top-ups. This is a way to top up your credits or minutes, again depending on your plan. And finally, still in this billing section, you will see your credit card details. This is where you can modify your credit card details or update your credit card on file. And then at the very bottom of the billing section, if you scroll down, you should be able to see your invoices and you can download any invoice. We currently use Stripe, so those invoices are emitted by Stripe. And finally, let's talk about help and support. So at the bottom left of the main menu, you'll see support or help. So when you click on it, you'll see a few links. Some links are related to demo videos, so you can learn how to get started and use all the functionalities of Ask Neo. And there should be some contact details. So depending on your plan, you will see a phone number, an email, or both. And you can use those emails or phone numbers to request support or to ask any question you need. Now, depending on your plan, you might also be able to book a time with us. It's basically a Zoom meeting where we can do screen sharing and we can help you get started, or we can just talk to you if you have any questions.